Hey guys, HindleCBA here, and I'm bringing another deck profile on Majespecters / Performage. So it's really a Majespecter Performage deck. The deck is actually quite fun. I like how it works, going off pluses off pension summons, and the artwork's pretty good actually. I like the artwork, and as well, it's a competitive deck, and if I can say, it is meta. It can stand up to most decks pretty well. The only deck that has trouble going against is Cosmo, but the side deck can make up for that. And yeah, that's about it really. This is before Breaker of Shadows comes out. I'm making this video, so don't expect any of the new support from that. But I'll probably do a new updated deck when that Breaker of Shadow comes out. So yeah, just gonna get into this. So starting with the Majespecter monsters, and probably the most important Majespecter is the Majespecter Raccoon. This card's just great, being able to search any Majespecter monster. And if you're unfamiliar with Majespecters, all the monsters have the effect of they can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So again, but they don't have great attack. It's quite minuscule, but again, back row can basically help you with that. So yeah, again, 3 Raccoon. And then the second best Majespecter is Fox, being able to search any Majespecter trap, and as well it's the highest attack of the Majespecters apart from Unicorn, so it's quite good. It has 1/5 attack and go up to 1/8 if the field spell's out, and can get over Denko, which again is a troublesome card for this deck. And the Majespecter Cat is just a Scarm of the deck. Basically, you can search any Majespecter card at the end phase. It's quite good to have with the field spell, being able to do quite a lot of searches with that. And then just the 1 Crow. I just mainly use it because it's a level 4 and a scale of 5. I only have 1 target for its spell searches, so yeah, that's why I play that. And then just the 1 Unicorn. I'll probably get rid of this, to be honest, because of all the tournaments that I played, I've only seen this once, and then opening it as well is pretty terrible. But don't get me wrong, it's a decent card. Being able to bounce back monsters is pretty good, but it's satisfactory at best. And then for the Performage lineup, it would be the 3 damage jugglers. Again, this card's great, just being able to negate battle damage because your cards are quite minimal in attack, and any direct attacks, of course, and as well being able to search a Performage when you banish it from the grave. But I think the most important deck, especially when going in the mirror or some sort of pension variant, is being able to negate Wavering Eyes, because Wavering Eyes is annoying if it's used against you, but if you use it, you're pretty happy. But again, no one really likes the card when it's used against them. And then the 3 Performage Plush Fires. This card's pretty great, being able to special summon a Performage from deck when it's destroyed, and just scale of 5, so that helps as well with more monsters which have a scale of 5. And then the 1 Mirror Conductor. It's a scale of 3, which is nice, level 4, and it's able to help out your Majespecters in battle because it switches the attack basically up the lowest stat of a monster on the field. And then just the 1 Performance Trick Clown. I'll probably take this out. This really didn't help me at all. I rarely XYZ into this deck, which is probably the main purpose of this card. And yeah, that's about it really. I'll probably take this out. And then that's it for the Performages. And then for the rest of the monsters, the Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, just great card. Yeah, you can't run this deck without it. I like the popping a Fox with it when it's in the scale, then searching Fox, and then pendulum summon the Fox to get the trap and whatever else you have in your extra deck or hand. And then just the 1 Eccentric. I would put this card up to 2, but unfortunately I have the 1. But again, out of all the tournaments I played, I hardly see this card. It's not a card which makes you win games. Well, it could if there's a nasty back row, but again, it's not. It helps, but it doesn't win games. And then just a tech, not too sure on this, a Gen X LA Birdman. Basically, you return a card, special summon it. It's a tuner, so you can make synchro plays instead of always having XYZs. And yeah, when it bounces back a wind type, it gains 500. And of course, bouncing back like a Majespecter Raccoon or a Fox will help you reuse it if your scales are not up. So yeah. And then for the spells, it is the 3 Majesty's Pegasus, the field spell, which is great. Being able to tribute something, bring out something, another Majespecter, and also they gain a 300 boost, which is quite nice. And then just the 1 terraforming Terraforming just such as Majespecter Pegasus more consistency, and also I side field spells, so it's always nice to be able to search those as well when I want. And the 3 Wavering Eyes. 3 Wavering Eyes is just, a decent card. Mirror matches, it makes you win the game, whoever uses it. Basically first person to use Wavering Eyes wins, and if you manage to get it off as well, because they might be playing jugglers or anything else. So yeah, good card in general. Even if you only pop your own scales, it's still a good card to be able to search any pendulum. And then the 2 Galaxy Cyclones. I use this card, if I play against the mirrors, because being able to pop a scout or you destroy a set spell or trap, and then next turn you can banish this card from your grave, then pop a face up spell or trap. So it's a nice way to get out like anti-spell fragrance, or anything else, really skill drain, or just pop a scale on your opponent's side. And the Majespecter Cyclone, it's decent. I usually keep this in my hand if they side Denkos in the second game, or it's just a nice way of getting rid of a problematic card. And then just the Dark Hole and Raigeki, just field wipe is quite nice. And for the traps, I only play 6, but they're all you need in my opinion. The 3 Majespecter Tempest, just a great counter trap, searchable. What there's not to love about it, it's common, so it's cheap as well, which is great. And yeah, it's just great. It's basically like a Solemn Notice, but you need to tribute a wind spellcaster to activate its effect. And then Majespecter Tornado, I like having 2 because sometimes you can't use Tempest at times. I've had to use this card to get rid of Thunder King Royal quite a bit, or any card which has more attack than my Majespecters. So yeah. And then the final trap, the Solemn Warning, because Solemn Warning is still pretty good. And then onto the extra deck. That was a 40 card main deck as well. So yeah. And the first card is the Totem Bird. Being able to negate spells or traps is pretty decent. And of course, you can make this because all Majespecters are wind type. And then Acid Golem, just to get over problematic cards that you can't get over with your Majespecters. And just a quick combo. The Trapeze, so you can target Acid Golem, this attacks for 6k, then again 2/5, so that'd be a 5. I managed to pull this off quite a bit, and it's pretty good. So yeah, and then just for the rest of XYZs, the Ascending Draco Slayer, just being able to search a pendulum monster at the end phase, any pendulum, and then you can special summon a Draco Slayer monster from your extra deck if you have one. And then Lightning Chidori, because again, all Majespecters are wind, so you can make it. Castell, I'll probably bump this up to 2, but I just couldn't find one in time. And the Honor Arc's still pretty decent. Heartlane Drenko, just to tap for those extra 2k damage that you might need. Abyss Dweller, the Diamond Dire, and the final XYZ is the Cowboy. I don't know why I just put that in defense, but I normally do anyway when I summon it. So yeah, just being able to do that extra burn damage if you've just done quite a lot of attacks with your Majespecters. And then onto the synchros. Probably the best synchro pendulums have access to is the Igniter Prominence. This card is just insane, and yeah, it's insane. And then for the rest of the synchros, this is what I play with the Birdman. It either be Black Rose or Horus. I would replace this with Yazi, but I didn't have one at the time. And Horus is quite good because you get its pendulum effect when it's synchro summoned, and that effect is basically a snatch still, but that monster that you snatch still can't attack that turn. So that's the only downside, but again, it's basically a snatch still, so it's pretty decent. And then this isn't my extra deck, but I thought I could play it if I sided Starlight Road, which is Stardust Dragon, of course. So it's just a way out of Wavering Eyes, because they can't chain another Wavering Eyes to a counter trap. And also having Stardust on the field isn't too bad as well, because being able to stop more Wavering Eyes or anything else like that, to be honest. But yeah, it's up to you if you put this in. I may do. I'm not too sure. I'm still currently building this deck the way I like. With a new support out, I can't wait. And then for the side deck, I'll just show that off. It's still in works, but it worked pretty well how I've used it so far. So the Grand Hall of Heaven, just being able to, again, against pendulums or any XYZ deck. So yeah, and it's a counter trap, which is also good. And it stops the main phase, so that's quite good as well. Imperial Animal stops decks which this deck doesn't like Cosmo, and maybe Infernoids. Infernoids isn't too much of a problem, but it can be if they set up their graveyard. Time Space Trap Hole, again, Pendulum Monsters and XYZs, which you don't want to see on the field. So yeah, it's quite good. And for the final trap of this side deck is the Soul Drain, because Pendulums don't care about graveyard effects, and some decks actually do. So that's nice to side. And then the 3 MSTs, these are just what I put in the extras, because obviously the opponent's probably going to side cards which will hurt me, like Real Decrees or Anti-Spell Fragrance, so this is why I side these. And then for the field spells that I play on the side is the Necro Valley. I probably want to bump this up to 2 because I could have used 2 to be honest, but just 1 for now. I will bump those up. And then the other 2 field spells that I play, they're exactly the same, but I thought I'd try them, is the Secret Village of Spellcasters. If you're unfamiliar with what this card does, if you control a spellcaster and your opponent doesn't, they can't activate spell cards. But if I don't control any spellcasters, I can't activate any. So you would only probably use this when you actually have a spellcaster on the field, and of course all the Majespecters are spellcasters. And then the final 2 cards on the side deck is Flying Sea. Still a pretty decent card, stops certain decks. So yeah, that's the deck, guys. If you have any comments on it, let me know in the comment section, or if you just want to say hi, whatever really. So yeah, I'll do another updated deck on this profile when Breaker Shadow comes out. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the deck, and yeah, goodbye for now.